listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to Upptalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say Upptalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
We can able to log into the particular server and we can do whatever you want. You can change it right. This is the concept. This case also basically application. I can measure the application, I can't. They will follow the authentication tokens. For that also CyberArk will maintain the keys. We generate the case. We need to set up. It is manually. We need to do this. Create a unit key pair for each target system if required. The private keys are stored. Some advantage, other some disadvantage. Private keys are stored in the world, not on workstations. Whatever the private key switch we are maintaining, those will store into the works world. It will not store into the workspace. The CPM changes the key face up and often or automatically, whatever, based on the CPM. If you all get to CPM, for that case it will change, often based on their policy. And the end users to review and private key from the world to authenticate to the target user. When our end users, application users especially, they want to generate the authentication token extra that keys. Whenever they click on the credentials and execute that password something else through API, basically it will happen through a PS only. Now always the key generation will happen through the REST APIs. REST APIs, right? That will also important. That will comes in the development project. I think you guys not required for. That will work on the REST APIs. The S keys will helpful for the REST APIs only. Through REST APIs, we will execute the one key it will pick up from the CyberArk and based on that key, it will automatically connect to the target. Without key, it will not able to connect. S keys can say the same with the password, but they won't platform. If you want to onboard these keys also, we can onboard into the Cyber and CyberArk will generate the case next time onwards once you onboard into the CyberArk. That is what same thing we can retrieve from the same way how we can do the reconciliation and these things with. There is one option is there once you onboard the icon. How you can do? You can just same do the onboard, how to onboard the account side. Same way you can do this. But one thing I want to show you here. Where is that? Here you can see the private as its case, CPM activities or since on the pivot private as its case. If you have the application that authenticate using the S case, you can use the CyberArk pass to push the private keys to a service. You can click here and add the whatever case we are having. But it's not that much important for you. Just learn that one. What is the case and what is the purpose we are adding? We can onboard the same how you're onboarding the same way we can onboard here and we can generate the keys here. We can retrieve the key and copy the key. Here also we can connect the button. If you want to connect the button, you need to give the user permission here. Understand these two. This also is an important and this will use cases how the CyberArk will be using and how the dependence will work. There are the two in the platform. There is the two. One is the target someone who is a dependent. how the dependence will be helpful for us, and how we are using. This will comes under the development project. But you should aware what is the dependence, what and all there. These are the default dependents, come that applications and database thing, and these are some configuration files. What will happen? There is no direct integration between Cyber on third-party application. That case is what we will do. We will prepare one script and we will execute through dependence. See, for example, you don't have a direct integration between CyberArk and other operators. There are some other applications out there. Tools. We can say takes an example in the BI tools. There is direct. There is no direct integration between Cyber and BI tools. What will happen? We are not able to connect the target user, right? We don't have a direct integration, which we will not turn it directly. What will happen is we will connect through the ad and that also will not connect. Sorry, right. Then it will go into the world the same way. We want to change the password. We need to go to the target application on that. Oh, that will be the application server, right? We don't have a direct integration between Cyber on the dot application. What will happen? We will create one script. We will create one script or we will create some plugins, whatever we required. We will follow that. But if you want to create one plugin, it will do costly Cyber. We need to support and give the script, and based on that plugin, we need to execute that. But everything plugins is available for all the application plugins is available. But we need to connect with CyberArk. We can create the plugins on our own. We are not able to connect. There is a direct. Plugins are there for you. Windows, Linux and databases. Whatever the platforms. Available, right? But those are the default plugins. If you want to create some other applications, we need to reach out to the Cyber app and they will help us to create the plugins, and for that they will take some tests. After creating the plugin and all, after creating the script and all, what do we want to do? We need to schedule some task here to change the password here in the schedule. Ask an INI file. We need to keep that INI file. We can get that script and keep into the INI file and we'll save into the one path. Click this INI file and save into the one path. And once you save in that path, it will automatically take that script and execute that. Whenever the policy is 90 days, it will change. The 90 days scheduled task means we want to schedule one task, for example, as for the non-business hours in midnight 12 am to 3 am, for example. We will schedule a task to change the password at the target user. On that time, it will change. As for the scheduled task, like that, we can set up some dependency here. We can configure that one. We can bring the database thing. Whatever we required, we can update here. We can configure through dependence. Dependence is nothing but schedule the password change tasks here. Dependencies means some more dependency on there simply. But this will be used on development task. Just for your knowledge. I'm telling because this will not there in that hour. No, this one, but I'm covering because this also is the one of the important. because you guys are no current, moving to the separate project. They may require this now, that's the reason. And change the password when we change the password for the target account, we must also make sure that any other occurrences users of the password also changed. We need to change whenever we're changing the password, we need to check and that we need to give the some configurations here that form. Search for the search is equal to yes always. You need to give this update in the flat on level or in this. We need to give the ini file. Got it. This maybe you may get some questions on the interview. I think Home is not there in today's class. He required for this dependence. What are the dependents are there? What are the users? See here dependents are another type of the platform that are used for the managing the users. What type of users which we are managing here? I don't want to read all these things because time is only 5 minutes. I just want to show you this, and that's the reason I gave you the complete explanation in the starting itself. With example, symbol. I do ask how it will work. See, for example, this is on a computer management we are setting up here in our local Windows or local admin 01. If you're required, I will do one thing. I will share with you this document. You can read it. That's good. Is the run your schedule task on 0 to 1? See here we need to set up that always said you'll ask once. This is the schedule does from the target dependence on that. You clicked on the schedule does one. You have to set up that. When you change the password for the local admin, you must also change the copy. Copy of the password that is stored with the schedule. Does we don't say don't ask will no longer run. Whenever you are doing something and this is mandatory to do, the task is here in the scheduler task after I am onboarding the accounts and all. That's what. If you don't have a direct integration, we need to do the schedule does. I'm adding in third-party application or something we have to do. This man. Correct? Correct. Understand. I've got it. You have a direct integration. There are no need to worry about it. I can go to the target system. You can do it. You don't have a direct integration, then we can say dual. That us? I take that. The same way we need to do the search for that. In the general, you can go to the search for the user. You need to keep it as always. Ask. Like that you can do. Dependence on all those things you can I will give. You don't take in this. Thank you. These are the configuration file. Configuration file example. We need to several level host name and password. Everything we need to update here and scripters of data. It will take. The CPM can manage application accounts in the following type of files. The plain text. I know file XML, file that configuration files when it is reported. But we can keep it as an I. It automatically execute the program. It will change the password in the target application. And once the change the password, application password in the target application, that password will take into back. See, the usage must be added manually to appropriate target platform. Got? This is what happened. Here you can see the application. This is the application. This is the CPM. CPM will go to the configuration file. First, what will happen? This is the digital world. CPM will go to the digital world and take the credentials and go to the chain. Go to the configuration file and that execute the script. The application also will connect with this configuration file. Execute the script. It will automatically change the passwords. That passwords will again take back. That password will store into the world. Otherwise, what they append in the schedule does. But change the password to CPM will change the password and update here. This will update into the applications directly. This changing password is there, right? Again, it will change into the world. That's my point. The configuration file is the main file. Connecting to this application because there is no direct integration here. That will always happen in that platform level. We need to configure something else here. Add configuration file here in the platform. We need to add it and give the ini file that. Like that we need to do, and we need to ini file all these things. Just normal steps on it. We need to follow. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.